I can do the neck exercises. Okay, so warm up for today is 100 jumping jacks, 25 squats, 10 bear crawl push-ups. Have you done those, Monique? 10 bear crawl push-up is just one of these. So 10 of those, and then the neck exercises, 30 of each. The yeses, nos, and side to sides. All right, go. Hello.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we started already. I'm not broken. So 100 jumping jacks, 25 squats, 10 bear crawl push-ups, and then the neck exercises, 30 of each.
125, 10.
And then 30 of the neck things. I can do neck things.
What is it? Some number of squats?
25 squats.
How many?
10.
10 push-ups?
Yeah. All right, neck rotation. Other way. Up and down. Side to side. Ear to shoulder. Shoulder circles. Other way. Elbow circles. Other way. Arms across your chest. Overhead. On all fours, cat cow. Move into downward dog. Right leg up and through. Right arm up. Right arm down, left arm up. Both arms down, back knee down, straighten the front leg, reach forward. Try to keep your spine in alignment when you reach forward, so keep your upper back straight. Yeah. All right. Sit back up. Sit back up. Hold that leg in front of you. Scoot the back leg back into pigeon. Reach down and forward. Untangle yourself back into downward dog. Left leg up and through. Left arm up. Left arm down, right arm up. Both arms down, back knee down, straighten the front leg, reach forward. Again, try to keep your spine in alignment while you're reaching forward. So basically you're bending at the hip. Or tilting to. Right, sit back up, hold that front leg in front of you. Scoot the back leg back. Pigeon, reach down and forward. Untangle yourself back into downward dog. Cycle your heels onto the ground from here to stretch out your calves. So one heel down, other one still up, back and forth. Right, from here, put both knees on the ground for frog. Reach forward. Stretch forward for cobra. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Sit back in the child's pose. Reach over to your right side. Left side. And time. All right, shake it out. You need to. All right, we're gonna start with hip escapes. So Monique, hip escape in place. Everybody else, hip escape across. Regular forearm hand. All right, next. Bridge, left, right shoulder. Bridge, left, right shoulder. All right, next. Bridge, hip escape, scissor kick, forward roll. All right, next. Slow back roll to, if you need to, child's pose to frog jump. Slow back roll, slow and controlled back roll all the way flat. Let's go back to child's pose, frog jump. All right, next. We're gonna do the, what is that? The big bridge, the bridge over. So you kind of like sit up and then bridge over. I have a name for that. Bridge over. Sit up, bridge over. Right, next, hip thrust. Sit up, hip thrust. All right, next, hip thrust, step across, pivot, roll back. Yes, maybe. So step your front leg across, pivot 180, and then roll back. All right, time. Get water, get your dummies. Let's work on that butterfly. You can possibly, well, okay. At least show the butterfly part. I don't have to move. So, yeah. Did I already take this class? You're right, the class is going to be more of the Kimuras. More Kimura setup. Because last time we just did a really fast Kimura thing. It's the elbow escape at a full mount. It's the elbow escape, but you can't get your leg out, so you go into the butterfly. Okay, so we did this on Wednesday. You want to do that part on me so they can see or no? Is that what you want? Yeah, let's do that. So again, I'm broken. So wait. So the person on bottom is going to hip escape and dig that first leg out, but I'm gonna also keep it. So again, dig that leg out, dig your knees through, but I'm going to try to keep that in place. Sarah's gonna dig her shin higher up here and get kind of like this hook, make it strong, and then she's going to turn all the way around here while pushing and getting that get that butterfly. So here, butterfly, and then she's going to sit up, get one overhook, one underhook, and whichever one you have, an overhook or this kind of, not necessarily a full overhook, it's just you're trying to get this arm out of the way so I can't post out. If I can post out, then the sweep doesn't happen because she's going to sweep me that way. But yeah. So let's do that first part where you just get to the sweep. All right, time. Has everybody got that motion? So we're gonna go all the way to the sweep. Get into the butterfly already. So we're doing the butterfly sweep, overhook, underhook. You're going to go towards your shoulder here where you're overhooking or holding onto the hook is going to lift up, and that hook on the leg is also going to kick up. And you get here. The person often, like, you're gonna get like a, let me go on bottom a little bit. So say, not do the, like, just swap me. So the person that just swept me, I still have their foot. I'm still trapping the foot usually, right? So you can always try to get out of this using like to get into mount, or you can continue moving. So this arm, we're both wearing black. I'm wearing red. Oh. Okay, so which one? Because you're gonna attack this one. You're gonna backstep with this leg. So I have the far leg trapped. She's going to turn away from that leg. She's gonna trap this. Gonna trap this arm and backstep with this leg. She's gonna use that backstepping leg to kick that free. And now she has this arm. She can finish the Kimura from here, but we're gonna go all the way up to the north-south Kimura. So she moves her knees first, gets north-south, then pull me up, pull me to my side, and pull me to my side. Good. Finishes it better. So she swept me. I'm on bottom. I'm trapping the leg here. I'm trying to keep it. I'm going to now try to get out, right? But she's going to trap here. Back step with this leg. Kick that leg free while keeping this arm. She's going to shift her knees towards my head, and then she's going to pull up my shoulder. And she finishes the Kimura from me sitting up on my side here. And she has an underhook coming from the back, hand on the wrist. Yeah, we're gonna do that regular one. Start from being mounted, get all the way into the butterfly. From butterfly to the butterfly sweep. Amy, you weren't here on Wednesday. You got all that? Maybe.
I couldn't quite see the position that the legs were entangled in that last thing that you guys did.
So I basically have a quarter guard on Sarah. So it's like you can get into mount from there, but also you can still continue moving into like side control from there. So that's what we're doing instead of going into mount.
Okay, it's quarter guard and you backstep the free leg.
Yes. All right, time. Right. So I was talking about this on Wednesday. Judy did a competition submission match and got the Kimura that she's taught us in class before from a different position. So we're going to actually work on that Kimura today, and Sarah is probably the best one at doing that Kimura since she's hit it most often outside of Judy. It is a very good one for smaller people against bigger dudes. Because you get into that Kimura position. So let's start from the Kimura position where they're on their side. You want to try to do this on me? Let's try to do it on the dummy. So from here, you're going to that leg that's on their back. It's not gonna, your knee's not gonna be on the ground anymore. Well, no, you're gonna tuck it underneath the bed. Do that really quick. Sorry. So this leg right here is gonna tuck underneath the head. So it's the leg that's closer to my back is gonna tuck underneath the head. Like that. The other leg is going to step over where your hand and the wrist meet. So this leg steps over. From here, you're going to put your shoulder that's closer to the leg. Shoulder that's closer to the head.
Which one are we doing?
Judy's right, but you're not going to finish it on the the shoulder is it? Shoulder that's closer to the roll into. Yeah, roll into it. So you get that position, put the back in. So it's the same. Well, now you switch to my back is. Okay. So this leg tucks underneath the head. That foot steps over onto where your hand was, where the wrist was holding. Then you're going to roll you're going to roll forward. So what you're going to roll towards your shoulder, that's towards the legs. And you're going to finish it from here, come back up. So what ended up happening when Judy did it is she went to go for the roll. So get your head stuck right here. So she got stuck here. She still had the Kimura. She kept her head on the mat and she kept trying to put the shoulder closer to the legs towards the mat, but they tapped before she even had to do that. So you can finish it from here or do the complete roll over your shoulder and then make them sit up and finish it from here. So let's try that. Any questions? Jen disappeared. Other shoulder, Monique. Yep. So, time. All right, the next one that we're gonna do is one where you can't get the leg over. They don't want to be on their side. They're going to try to put that shoulder back on the mat. And you're going to finish that Kimura from north-south. So you have them in that Kimura where you turn them to their side, but they know what's coming, so they're going to try to put their back to the mat. So they'll scoot their way out, especially if your knees aren't quite cinched up, they're going to try to get out. So they're going to put their shoulder or their back on the mat. That Kimura grip that you have, I'm going to do it with Sarah. So I'm here. I have the Kimura grip, and Sarah's going to get her back on the mat. Okay, back on that here, because I have messed up. I'm going to. My grip is normally like this. My hand is on the wrist, and then the other hand goes underneath the shoulder and holds onto my wrist. No thumbs. I'm going to go further. I'm going to go all the way to my forearm. I'm going to try to get my elbow on the mat right underneath the your legs this one. I'm going to get this all the way through. I'm going to get my elbow on the mat and lock this up so that she still can't get her wrist out and her shoulder's trapped. From here, I'm going to move my hip from the center line, and I'm going to put my hip down by her neck, above her shoulder. Here, I've extended, I've trapped. I usually put my other hand on my tricep area. I'll come down here, and then if a lot of the time I'll just try to force that out, and I can just get a regular Kimura, or because they're trapping that arm here, or the arm is trapped, they end up tapping from a forearm slicer because their arm can't pop out anyway. So from here, you force the arm out, you can finish the Kimura regularly, or you can finish the Kimura here. You're just going to come up like this. Yeah, does that make sense?
I had a question about is the head always on the outside of the person on the bottom.
Mhm.
So what do you do with your legs on the other side?
What do I do? The person on the bottom?
Yeah, is the person on the bottom's head on your hip, like on the outside, or?
Yeah, so the outside of my hip. So I've moved, actually, go back around. So if I'm
Mhm.
that way. So if I'm here, this is my normal position. She put her, she put her back on the mat. I'm gonna go lock that up. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put my hip on her shoulder. Is that visible? Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Cool. I feel like there are more details to that when I actually do it on a person than when I'm doing it on the dummy. Because the dummy doesn't have any joints. You're gonna have to lift this. Or they pop out, or they form, so that's it. My dummy heavier than yours. All right, time. We're gonna do all of those, start from being mounted, all the way to butterfly, to the sweep, to the pass. And then you're gonna do the regular north-south Kimura, and then go to the, we'll go to this Kimura first, and then you can do the Judy Kimura. So start from being mounted, butterfly, get yourself out to the butterfly, butterfly, sit up, butterfly pass, back step, and then all the Kimuras from north south. All right, time. All right. So we are going to do a kind of end of the workout because I can't really do anything and I'm sad about that. So I'm going to try to do stuff. So we're only going to do two things. We're going to do crunches, which I may or may not be able to do. And we're going to do Supermans, which again, I may or may not be able to do. Probably not. And we're going to do them for, let's say, yeah, a minute. We'll just do them for a minute each. Crunches, Supermans, then we're done. All right, I'm going to try to do them. So we're going to do crunches first. That's loud.
Shut up. Stop.
Whatever. Superman. That's it. Any questions? Any comments?
Is that bicep slicer legal in competition? Do you know?
It's a forearm slicer, and I don't think it is.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
until you're like a
Brown belt.
brown belt.
I see. So, like in competition, if you were to try that, you have to be pretty careful about not doing the forearm slicer then.
I mean, unless the other person's like being whiny about it, like it's not going to be a forearm slicer. You're just trying to like, you can even put, instead of putting your hand on the mat or your elbow on the mat, put it right on top of their wrist so that instead of like you prying it out with that force, you're prying their hand, which is probably on their gi or whatever. If you put it on the wrist, you're prying it down, and then you can just go back to the wrist and actually get that Kimura. And then you're not really doing a forearm slicer. Like your intention is to like drag that wrist down. If they whine about it, then that's just annoying. But people do that. Anything, Monique?
Yeah, I had a question about that Kimura where you roll on the shoulder closest to the feet.
Mhm.
Are you supposed to roll through, or do you want to roll and stop? That makes sense.
So I think it depends on the person that you're going against, because okay, I keep referencing Judy's match. I should just send it out. And she had a hard time rolling. Like she that's why she was on her forehead and like just trying to turn. But she got enough leverage with her legs to create that space to get the arm Kimura, right? You want to roll through. Your intention is to roll through because then you have both of your legs on their like mid-ish back and their neck, and they're then vulnerable and their arm is completely behind them, right? So that's what
Oh, so they're supposed to still be facing down when you roll through,
they are going to be sandwiched.
sandwiched.
Yeah, their legs will be in front of them and they'll be here and their arms going to be that way. Example. I can't sandwich myself right now. My back is messed up. No, not necessarily on you they kind of
You
end up
make them
sitting.
sit up and then you make them go back face down.
Yeah, and they kind of get sandwiched. So you roll all the way through, and they're kind of sorry. I know you
Okay.
can tell.
Oh,
They kind of get sandwiched, right?
okay. So you don't like take the back, not that kind of. You don't like rotate. So
No, you don't totally rotate.
you don't rotate and like try to take their back. You just kind of like put your leg behind them, like that.
Yeah, you're only kind of doing. You're not. It's not. I guess it's not a full roll. It's like a 180 kind of roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? We'll stop recording.
That's good.
Cool.